Opinions and stories around the game we love, told by your favorite storytellers. Stay up to date with all things cricket. Subscribe to Cricbuzz's YouTube channel and press that bell icon now.
England has made the change. They had to. It's a forced change because Jason Roy is out, hobbled off with problem in his calf, which means that Uncle Sam, young Uncle Sam comes in, Sam Billings. Sam Billings is coming in. It's been confirmed that Johnny Bairstow will be opening the batting. Would you like to see Liam Livingstone at 4 and Sam Billings finishing, or the way that is listed over here, Ajay bhai?
I personally, think the least changes that you make in the whole system, because England has a pretty good style of playing. They're pretty sure what they want to do. And when you start a World Cup with Johnny Bairstow, he could have opened then as well. I mean, Jason Roy, Johnny Bairstow, Livingstone, and Butler. I mean, these are as good as you get. So you could have done it whichever way you wanted. So if you have an approach that you've gone into the World Cup, I believe that it's best to tinker the least. Livingstone looked good the other day. I would have put Livingstone at the top and kept going as what Jason Roy would do. And because Sam Billings, you keep him behind. DK would now find out the way I think. I'm a little crazy man who sits here and looks at things. Is that Sam Billings may not even get a knock. So you might not even have to use him, because as it is, you started that game or started the World Cup, you didn't have him in the 11. He hasn't played. The others have played. They're still in the contention. So when I put, if it's a forced change, that in this case that it is, you'd want that forced change to be in a place where, if things all go right, you may not even need him. So I would probably go with Sam Billings coming at, later. Livingstone looked good. I would put him right at the top and not mess with Johnny Bairstow. Let him be where he is. I know he hasn't scored runs. He's had a bad run. But, he's a good enough player. Everybody can't score in every tournament. So I would have gone that way. But it's interesting to know that England has thought differently.
He was brilliant in the previous game, especially those sixes. DK, I mean, that 1-6, you played in Sharjah, you hit a few sixes there as well. That 112 meters, I think, is the longest one in this tournament. Yeah, that reached, I think that reached halfway to Dubai, didn't it? The way that Liam Livingstone did it.
They must have rolled over that Sheikh Zayed highway for sure. It's probably still rolling as we speak. But I think the batting order will be very fluid. That's how all teams are going.
Pull it back up. We'll just pull it up while you're speaking. Yeah.
So for me, how I look at it, and I'm pretty sure Morgan will go. Johnny Bairstow and Butler to open. David Malan will more often than not slot in at 3, and they will wait. If it is till the 10th, 12th over, Sam Billings will walk in at 4. There's a good chance he'll walk in at 4, and then will come Morgan, Livingstone, Moeen Ali. But if there is an early wicket, then definitely Sam Billings will walk in at 4. If the wickets don't fall till the 10th over or the 11th over, then you will see a Livingstone coming in after the 12th over. How they play these days is phases, They don't want to expose a Livingstone too early, only because obviously the amount of damage that he could do at the back end of the innings is way more than what he would do in the front end of the innings. So they want to keep those guys, well packed, ready with their arsenal, fully to go at the back end of the innings and launch themselves when required. So that's how they'll be thinking. And Moeen Ali is good at it as well. So Moeen Ali would have come in at 3 if they're chasing a big total. But now that question doesn't arise because they're batting first. So it will be Malan at 3 unless a wicket doesn't fall in the first 10 overs. Then you can see a massive change in the batting order. I could see a Moeen coming at 3, those kind of changes. But for the moment, they'll start steady, 2 quick wickets. Sam Billings will walk in. Nothing happens to the 12th over. Like Ajay Bhai said, I do think Livingstone will walk in after the 12th over.